What's the secret behind why most major installers use distributors? It's because distributors are vital to smoothing out growth and frankly playing a very critical role in helping you create profitability for yourself and for your business. So obviously I run a distribution business, and I'm going to tell you why you should think about distribution. But I'm not just going to tell you why you should think about distribution because I run a distribution business. I run a distribution business because this is what you should be doing, and I believe in it. So let me walk you through why distribution is important to helping your business. I'm just going to summarize it in really short order. Distribution can save you 5 to 10% on your equipment cost, depending on the type of business you are and depending on how you do it. And it's not from price. It's from a lot of the other pieces that go around distribution that we're going to talk about. 1, less waiting time and more doing saves dollars and makes more dollars. So when you think about it, if you are waiting for your inventory to come to you and you have a big truckload coming from a direct manufacturer relationship, and then you get another big truckload coming from a different manufacturer, and then you've got a whole bunch of other products coming from many manufacturers all at the same time, you might have the same issue that us as distribution have, where you're waiting on containers to come internationally. They're not going to arrive on time always. They get held up. They might change pricing. They might get tariffed. On the other hand, distribution holds 6 weeks, 8 weeks of supply at any one point for safety stock. We're doing it for thousands of customers, so we're constantly holding enough inventory, and so you won't end up going dry. And the reason why this is all important is because the number one way to make dollars in installing is to actually install. Otherwise, it doesn't really work out that well. So having the product, having it when you need it, having it where you need it, those are super critical to being able to make a lot of money as an installer. And distribution removes a lot of those worries. Not always all of them, but a good chunk of those worries. And all of a sudden, you can get it delivered to your job site the morning of, so you can do installation. You can have it in your warehouse waiting for you so you know it's available. Basically, working with distribution allows you to move much quicker on the most important money makers for you. Now, if you want to optimize a few percentage points on product and have to worry about some of the headache that a distributor has to worry about and spends literally our lives worrying about, it does work if you're really large and if you want to put a team in place. But if you're a growing business and the most important thing to you is about getting inventory in hand and installing things rapidly and not having hang-ups, not having your team sitting outside waiting, and not having an angry sales team, distribution does a fantastic job of making inventory not your problem. And so that's what we do, and that's some of the value add. Second, when we look at the actual cost of having inventory in a warehouse, what happens a lot when I have these conversations is people don't necessarily add up all of the costs of their business. So if you want to have inventory sitting in your business so that you have enough safety stock if you're ordering direct from manufacturer, well, you've got to have a pretty big warehouse, and you've got to have somebody taking care of that warehouse. And then you've got to order a pretty big amount of product to actually have it sitting in your warehouse and wait, and then you got to transport it to the job. Now, if you have a lot of inventory that's coming in and planned way ahead of time from your manufacturers, if the price goes up or down, you might be in a situation where your price of your current inventory actually is now worth less. But if you went through distribution, it wouldn't be. The second piece is if you have a whole bunch of inventory sitting in a warehouse and some of it goes obsolete during a cycle for inventory, because inventory only sticks around about 6 months before it gets old, you end up losing a lot of money on your inventory that's sitting. And so it doesn't actually always make sense. It looks good on paper for a while, but then you actually end up writing 3 to 4% of your inventory off. You then pay 2 or 3% of your revenues, frankly, and the cost of overhead to run that warehouse. By the time you get done with this equation, you could be 5 to 10%, if not more, of your inventory cost going into just managing that process. And I've seen more, I've seen less, but the short version is it's a heck of a headache. And if you're an installer, focusing on the core pieces of your business, not necessarily managing all the minutia of inventory and having a partner who can do it for you can add to your bottom line, even though often purchasing from a distributor can be more expensive on the purchase price than going direct. When you look at the bottom line of your business, you're going to make a lot more money by having a partner in distribution who's got your back.